Hey everyone, Andrew Frech here, the View and Product Reviews. Today I want to talk to you about my thoughts on the Altius double watch winder and see if it's worth grabbing or not. So let's go ahead and dive into this double watch winder and see if it's worth the pickup. And by the way, I did receive this from Altius for free, so I don't have to return it or anything. So anyways, let's go ahead and dive into it.
So I want to say that I've been using this for a couple weeks now, and this watch winder box is really nice. It has a beautiful dark wood color to it that just looks absolutely gorgeous in any kind of light. And at the same time too, I love the little winders. The watches themselves wind up really well, and then the device itself, though a little quirky initially to begin with, it was actually very easy to use and has worked ever since. And as far as the quirkiness, I'll get into it in a bit, but let's go ahead and dive into some of the specs of this. So this double watch winder has a really unique feature to it. It has an auto start and stop light sensing technology. So it means that during the daylight, it will go ahead and wind up your watches, but then at night it does stop so that you can have a peaceful sleep and you don't hear the noise of the watches winding. Now the noise itself is very silent or very minimal noise, but it does offer that feature, which is pretty unique and a little bit different than a lot of watch winders that will run 24/7. As you can see right now, the watches are winding, but say for example, if I decide to open the door up here, it will automatically stop. So I'll show you real fast. So now both stop, so you can easily pull out your watch when you need it and you want to put it on, but then as soon as I close it up, it should start up again. So it uses a little button on the corner that's going to automatically sense when the case is closed or opened.
And as you can see right here, it has this beautiful blue light that really lets the watches shine and just kind of gives it a nice luxurious look when they are inside the case. And the case itself, of course, has this beautiful wood grain on it, and that just looks really pretty. I don't think it's a natural wood. It's more like an artificial looking wood, but it does look really nice. It's kind of like a dark walnut almost in a way. And then watch as I open it up real fast. It completely stops, and see this little button right there? That's what's going to start back up. So if I hold the button, it starts back up, stop, push the button again, and it starts back up. So you can kind of take a closer look how it's winding up. It looks really pretty, great underneath the lights. And if you want the light off, click that button, light turns off, and it can still wind up. So the whole operation will still work without the lights. The light just gives it a little more ambiance when you are using it. So when it comes to the winding, it has a very simple mode. It's either clockwise or counterclockwise. There aren't any other options. However, you can operate these separately. So you can always turn one off. So for example, I'll show you real fast. Turn this one off. And so now you only have one running versus the other one. And then if you want to spin it around, you can always have it go the opposite way. So this will spin the opposite way now. And they do advertise having an upgraded motor in this. So it's supposed to operate about 50% more efficient than some other watch winders out there. However, I can't really confirm that or not. It's just what they advertise for it. And as far as winding time goes, it rotates for about 2 minutes and then stops for 6 minutes and then repeats. So you can do it either way, clockwise or counterclockwise, and then it'll just kind of go on repeat, except at night when it does stop completely. And this comes with pretty nice foam cushions. So these are nicer than other cushions I've used, but they're also very simple. So they're not adjustable in size or anything. And so if you do have a smaller wrist, this could be a little tight when putting this into the case. However, this is supposed to accommodate straps between 15 to 22 centimeters. And then you can put dial sizes up to 60 millimeters in the case itself. So this is, I believe, a 40 or 42 millimeter, and this fits just fine right on here. And then when you slip it in the case, it's pretty easy to slip in. You just push it in a little bit, and then when you close it all up, it is a little bit close to the glass right there, so you don't want a huge watch sitting in there. But like I said, 60 millimeters is going to be pretty good for pretty much most men's and women's watches. And I'll show you the operation real fast. So the clockwise and counterclockwise. So it's going to be clockwise, and if you flip it up one, it'll be counterclockwise. And like I said, you can turn it off, so I'll turn that one all the way off, and only the left one will rotate. And I'll turn this back on and turn off the left, and the right one will only rotate. And then you have the light that pops on and off, so it makes it really nice to use and makes it look really pretty inside the case. And here are the nice hinges themselves. They're very smooth looking hinges. Like I said, the little button that turns it on and off, and then it has a little magnetic close on the side right there. So closes up and gives it a nice clean seal that is very hard to notice unless you're looking closely at it. But otherwise, this thing looks really, really nice. I think it's a glorious looking watch case and something that I am glad I have because I always like a nice case for my watches.
Now, though there are a lot of things I do love about this watch case, I will say there are a few negatives to this, such as the light sensing technology. It's a cool thing to have, but sometimes if your watch needs a winding up all 24/7 hours of the day, that might cause some issues. Most automatic watches won't need that nowadays, but some of the older mechanical watches that need to be manually wound, those will require a more of a 24/7 schedule. And at the same time, too, I would love to have more options for how this turns. So ones that rotate back and forth, some that might go on for a full hour and then stop for 8 hours. And then at the same time, too, also having an on-off switch. So this doesn't have an on-off switch at all. But outside of that, the rest of this is really pretty. It works well, and I do like it a lot. So I hope this information helped you out and figure out a good double watch winder for yourself. So thank you so much to Altius for sending on over the automatic double watch winder. Until next time, my name's Andrew Frech, the View and Product Reviews. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. And by the way, if you do like my content, feel free to give me a like and subscribe. It always helps out. So anyways, until next time, I hope you have a great one.